Okay, so we have breaking news out of Ottawa. It looks like the government of Ontario has frozen the funds of the Canadians, Americans, and people all around the world, the working class who wanted to support the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa and all throughout Canada. They've frozen the funds per their supposed law. I don't know if I'm not very up to date on Ontario law, but I just feel like this is a blatant violation of the rights of the people. And I don't see how they have any authority to just freeze the funds of a group that has organically and legally raised these funds and are standing up for individual liberties in Canada, a supposed free Western nation. And everything the government of Ontario and the RCMP and the Ottawa Police and all of these groups are doing are a violation of common law and a violation of the Charter of Rights in Canada. They stole people's gasoline. There's new video of them stealing people's firewood and cardboard because I guess they're afraid they're going to keep too warm with the cardboard. This is what I'm talking about. They're trying to freeze them out, and they're trying to now freeze them out with money. And it looks like probably steal their money again. And this is after GoFundMe, as I reported in a previous video. GoFundMe a few days ago, last week, froze the funds that donated to the convoy through GoFundMe. The post-millennial here reporting on this, the Ford government has gone to court to freeze the funds of the Freedom Convoy, according to the Toronto Sun's Brian Lilly. The order was issued by the court today, and all funds are frozen until further notice. What gives them the right to do this? You are in an unfree society. Wake up. Yada, yada, yada here. And the article goes on to say, it is worth noting that the funds have been frozen, not seized. So not stolen yet. Today, the Attorney General brought an application to the Superior Court of Justice for an order pursuant to section blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read I don't care what section of the criminal code it is. This shit just pisses me off, man. I'm really so sick of us always getting just abused, right? The people are just getting abused. It's like an abusive relationship. This is why you get people that are just so skeptical of every single little piece of information that comes from any authority figure, that suddenly you have like millions of people that think the earth is flat because we've been abused by our authorities, by our supposed leaders in every sector of society, whether it's in the government, whether it's in the scientific field, the academic field, whether it's in finance, the big banks, whether it's in any of these disciplines. We've been abused. They've been taken over by an evil force, a satanic force, and they are they're attempting to dominate us, right? They're attempting to make us submit to their whims and their wills. They're evil. And so after all these lies and all this deceit and all this malintent, after a while, you're just like, you know what? The earth is flat, dude. And all of these things, right? So, and there's more examples I could use. I'd probably get thrown off YouTube if I even said, I can't even make jokes. I mean, what more? I'm tired. Boys. I'm tired. Both figuratively and literally. This afternoon, the order was issued. It binds any and all parties with possession or control over these donations. The convoy's lawyer, Keith Wilson, recently spoke about funding at a press conference where he discussed the importance of Bitcoin. That's one of the solutions I was talking about. With respect to Bitcoin, what we've witnessed, what the world has witnessed, is the power of government to manipulate the flows of people's hard-earned dollars to advance a government's objectives and to seek to defeat the will of individuals in their democratic process. I have been following Bitcoin very closely. It's a decentralized platform for people to exchange their hard-earned value with someone else for theirs, Wilson continued. It bypasses and constrains the arbitrary control of government. This is the perfect example of why fiat currency is in trouble. Yeah. So, and I get these comments all the time on any video I talk about crypto of people that have no clue what they're talking about when it comes to crypto. They're just so dumb. They have no idea how it works. Nothing like that. Like I had a comment the other day when I mentioned crypto to being a solution when GoFundMe was first frozen for the Freedom Convoy. You know, I mentioned crypto, and they're like, the whole point of crypto is to be able to stop and freeze the government could come in and freeze the funds of crypto and stop a transaction from happening whenever they want. That's literally like the exact opposite of what crypto does. I can't even. The whole point of crypto is once you send a transaction, nobody can stop it. Not even you or the other person. Like, no one in the network can stop it. It's impossible. I just don't understand how people can speak with such conviction and authority on topics they have zero knowledge of. And so, like, that's actually one of the problems with crypto is that if you send something, nobody can stop it. And because if you send it by accident, you're screwed. It's gone forever. Like, there's stories of people who send like their own money to their own other wallet and like get a key off and then lose all their money forever. No government can help them. No authority. There's nobody. It's gone forever. It's in an unknown wallet now. Done. And it's final. So like, this is actually a problem with crypto, that there isn't somebody that can come and stop or take back a transaction. That's actually one of the issues that people bring up. Like, this is kind of, like, this is why, like, I'm just really tired, you know? And here, let me drink some tea. It's just I'm just so done with the ignorance. But it's kind of funny. The ignorance is actually pretty funny sometimes because you have Juliet Kayyem. I'm not even sure who this is. I know it's a CNN person. And she says this about the Ambassador Bridge. Okay, so there's a bridge. I think this goes in. Is this going to Toronto? I don't even know where this bridge is. Oh, Detroit, between Ontario and Detroit. So yeah, close enough. So, but between Ontario and Detroit, it's a bridge that accounts for 28% of the trade movement between the U.S. and Canada. Of course, the Freedom Convoy, or members of just truckers, the people, have blocked the bridge, so nobody can go over the bridge. So this is actually a huge deal, right? And she says this, of course, CNN, right? The convoy protest, applauded by right-wing media as a freedom protest, is an economic and security issue now. The Ambassador Bridge link constitutes 28% of annual trade movement between the U.S. and Canada. And then she says this. This is what she says. Slash the tires, empty the gas tanks, arrest the drivers, and move the trucks. Say that out loud to yourself for a second. Slash the tires, empty the gas tanks, and move the trucks. This is what I'm. These people are so dumb. They're so dumb. Maybe I'm missing something, but if you slash the tires and empty the gas tanks, you're not going to be able to move the trucks, right? But they miss it. They're paid millions of dollars a year to do this. They're supposed to be professionals at calling out the opposition, at calling out dissidents, at being government propagandists. And this is why I'm white-pilled, because these people are dumb, right? They're paid millions of dollars a year, probably not only by their company, CNN in this case, but probably like backdoor deals with CIA and all this other stuff, right? Going on, deep state, blah, 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 New World Order, Great Reset, Klaus Schwab, George Soros, whatever. And they fail miserably by saying something that makes absolutely no sense, even if it were to, even if it's tongue in cheek. It's like, dude, that's not even propagandistically, it's not even good. It's bad. It's dumb. It's dumb. Very dumb. More white pill though, a little bit. At least a couple days ago, you know, towing companies. I reported on this in Coots, near the border. of Canada and all that in Alberta. Um, towing companies there were refusing to tow away the trucks and coots, and now they also are refusing to do it in Ottawa. Yeah, this is why the government is in such a sticky situation. This is why they're freezing the funds. There's nothing else they can do. They're really in over their heads. And there was, like I mentioned in a previous video, you had the police stealing gas from the protesters, but you have all these people bringing jerry cans now as a form of protest to the Ottawa convoy. And they're just most of them are empty. It's more of a symbolic thing. I bet you that they're smuggling some real gas in there too within the protesters. Great way to sort of hide within the crowd, so to speak. But as part of the protest, they bring all these jerry cans, full or empty, of gasoline. It's pretty funny. And then here in the U.S., magically, mysteriously, and conveniently, considering there's an election in a few months, a big election, 2022 midterms, now they're lifting all the mandates all at once. I see this now, and I'm just like, now I'm so skeptical of the government that I'm like, okay, this is part of the plan. Like, what are they doing, right? What's the big what's the catch, right? What's the catch here? Why you lifted all the mandates? All of a sudden, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, California, all in like 2 days, we're all just like, yeah, all the mandates are gone. We're lifting all the mandates. No more school, no more masks, no more vaccine mandates, no more nothing. That's it. It's time to, and they even say like, time to get back to normal, time to live with COVID. I'm like, what? It's all in a matter of like 2 days. I'm like, okay. Leanna Wen, the darling of robbing you of your God-given liberties, the darling of the CIA and media hoaxes, right? The woman who went up on CNN, she's a doctor, right? I've talked about Leanna Wen quite a bit. She's a doctor. She was interviewed by mainstream media during the Boston bombing. She's constantly the past 2 years being interviewed by CNN, and mainly CNN, as like an expert to basically threaten the unvaccinated with the worst mandates imaginable to mankind. She said not too long ago. She said this like 4 months ago. Okay, yeah, 5 months ago. The unvaccinated should not be allowed to leave their homes. And now she's saying, before there were two camps, for and against pandemic restrictions. Now there's a third, pro restrictions earlier, but recognizing it's a different time now. This group wants to move from vitriol and divisiveness to nuance and compromise. Yeah, I'm sure. And she's on mainstream media saying things like masks don't work and all this now. I just can't even believe like these people on a whim, okay, at the drop of a hat, and within a matter of literally 1 week, the mandates are all lifted. Leanna Wen is on CNN saying like, time to live with COVID, lift all the mandates, we have to move on. I don't get it. Is it the trucker convoy? Are they afraid? Maybe. It's possible. Maybe. I mean, I'm white pilled, but I'm not this white pilled. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. The fact that it just seems coordinated. It just seems like there's more to it. I don't know what it is. No clue. So, yeah, let me know what you think about all this. I'm curious as to what your thoughts are and why the mandates are suddenly lifting. In, obviously, many countries in Europe, you have, like, Denmark, Sweden, obviously the UK, Ireland, other countries as well. And then also the blue states here in the U.S., which obviously the red states already pretty much had the mandates lifted for a while now, but the blue states kind of been going on and off. Now they're lifting them completely again, and you got the Leanna Wens and everybody else saying we got to live with COVID now. I think it's because of the 2022 elections, and I think they're going to try to maybe ease inflation a little bit best they can, possibly raise interest rates a little bit just to make Biden look a little better and make people not dread their existence here in the US and like think we're just, spiraling into oblivion, both economically and culturally. Possibly, I don't know. Or it's just like, a prep for the next big con. Or maybe they already did what they wanted to do. The deed is done. Roll up your sleeve, or injections are like irreversible. So, they just wanted people vaccinated. So they did that, and now they're done. But for whatever reason, right? Of course, for your safety, right? Of course. For whatever reason, and we'll see what the result is of that, right? So yeah, let me know what you think. Drop a comment below, like, share, subscribe. Also, if you want to contribute to the channel, I have Patreon and I have crypto addresses in the description box below. You can contribute. It's been pressed. Keep your head up, stay real, and no fear.